Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Real Sports Updates here. Back again with another video. So I kind of want to get into the NBA playoffs for a little bit. I'm not going to cover every series. I don't think every series deserves to be covered, every first round series. But there are a few series that I think are a little bit more interesting than others. I'll start off with the Utah Jazz and the Dallas Mavericks. That is a very interesting series for several reasons. Number one being Luka Doncic with the injury that he suffered. I believe it was the last game of the season. It was a calf strain. Now, soft tissue injuries like that are very, very tricky. So, he did not play game one, and his status for game two is up in the air. So, that's number one, makes it the most interesting series because how are the Mavericks going to do without him? Number two is the Utah Jazz have been up and down this season. They're number 5 seed, but they're a team who they look like they're on the brink of blowing their team up if they're not able to at least get to a conference finals this year. In my opinion, they have blown many big leads, which is uncharacteristic of them, but it's also uncharacteristic of a good team. So, if they are for real, if they are as good as everybody says that they are and as good as advertised, then in my opinion they should win the series handily. Especially even if Luka just misses one game, they should be able to win the series very easily. Especially considering that Luka Doncic wouldn't be 100% coming back. So what can he do defensively? What else can he do? We know he can score the ball. We also know he can pass the ball as well too. But if his movement is limited, and Luka's not an overly athletic guy as it is. So if his movement is limited, does he hurt the team more than he helps him? If he does indeed come back. But Utah was able to pull out game one, 99-93, and I thought it was very interesting. I don't think that the Mavericks can lose another game. I don't think they can go down 2-0. If they go down 2-0, I think it's pretty much over. Whether or not Luka Doncic is there or not. Number one is watching the game. The Mavericks cannot score without Luka Doncic. Now, they only put up 93 points today. The Jazz only put up 99, but the Jazz did not play particularly well. They didn't really do a whole lot in the first half. Now, I know Donovan Mitchell went off in the second half, but overall, as a team, they really didn't do a whole lot. And, the stats are not eye-popping. Like I said, Donovan Mitchell went off. He had 32. Bogdanovich had 26. He played really well. But those are the only two guys who really did a whole lot of damage offensively. Rudy Gobert only had 5 points, but he did have 17 rebounds. And he had a bunch of offensive rebounds as well, too. The Jazz had a total of 13 offensive rebounds in the game. So I think that was the thing that really changed the game and really made it, a semi-easy win for Utah. Even though they didn't shoot well, they did play well defensively, but it was a semi-easy win because there was never one point in the game where I thought the Mavericks were going to go on a run and take the lead and be able to hold the lead down the stretch. So, like I said, the Jazz did not play particularly well. They didn't shoot very well as well too. They only shot 32% from the three-point line. They were 7 of 22 from the three-point line. They normally shoot a lot better than that. Mike Conley is a shooter. Donovan Mitchell can get hot from three. Bogdanovich, he did have a good game, but you look at the other guys, Clarkson, Royce O'Neal, they didn't play particularly well, but they were still able to pull this out. Now, game two is on Monday night. It's going to be interesting to see if Doncic comes back, because if Doncic does come back, I think his presence there will give the Mavericks an extra boost, and I think that they will pull out game two if Doncic is back. But if he's not back, I think Utah is not going to go 7 for 22 from the three-point line again. You can't count on that as a team. The Mavericks cannot count on that. And Jason Kidd is a smart head coach. He knows that. So, you're going to have to play better. And Utah also had 14 turnovers as well, too. That's, quite a bit. Especially for a team to win a game in the playoffs on the road, no matter who's playing. you turn the ball over 14 times in game one in a playoff game, that's almost going to guarantee you a loss. But Utah was able to pull it out because they did play well defensively. And the Mavs just don't have enough. Like, everybody was, really talking about the Spencer Dinwiddie trade, and how well he's played since he's gotten to Dallas. But he just he's not that guy. He can be a good number 3, but as far as a number 2, he's just not that guy because he did not do enough offensively to put pressure on the Jazz. He didn't do enough to put pressure on, the Jazz defenders, because if he did, Royce O'Neal would have been in more foul trouble. There would have been more pressure on him. The Jazz would have kept just throwing guys at him, but he just really didn't have that impact. His numbers are fine, but he doesn't have that impact like Luka does. Luka can change the outcome of a game, especially down the stretch. Dinwiddie didn't do a whole lot down the stretch, and the Mavericks have pretty good ball movement and stuff too. But without that superstar there, I don't think that they're able to generate enough offense. 93 points at home in the playoffs is not going to cut it. I know scoring is always down in the playoffs from the regular season, but 93 points is not going to cut it. You gotta at least hit that 100 mark to even have a chance. Especially in playoff games. But this was, to me, in my opinion, the most interesting series of the first round. And it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the series plays out. The Luka injury obviously is big, but the Mavericks, can they do enough offensively to steal game 2 with or without Luka, right? Can they do enough to steal a game in Utah with or without Luka? Their defense is fine. They play well defensively. They put a lot of pressure on Donovan Mitchell. They put a lot of pressure on Clarkson. They didn't really let him get loose. Donovan Mitchell went off in the second half. He had one of those hot streaks that he does go on. But again, you cannot rely on the hot streaks. They're not going to come every game. So, especially for a Utah team that is known for blowing big leads. So, this is going to be interesting to see how it goes off. It's too early right now to tell who's going to win the series. If I had to bet any money right now, I wouldn't bet, to be honest with you. I don't, even though Utah did, pull this win out, and it was a hard-fought win. It didn't look too difficult though. I would not put my money on them because they are known for blowing these big leads. And it is going to be interesting to see if they blow any leads in the series, because if they do, that could change the series, and that can swing things in the Mavericks' favor. Because I know that it's in their head now. If you blow several big leads throughout a season, once you get to the playoffs and once that pressure gets put on you, and that happens again, then you can unravel mentally. Especially as a team, you can have as much success as you want to have, but when it comes time to be able to score baskets when the opposite team is going on a run, can you do that? Can you stop them? Can you get a rebound? Can you do the little things to stop the bleeding, so to speak? But it's going to be interesting to see how this series plays out. Like I said, if I had to bet on this game, I would not bet. On the series, I would not bet. I want to lean towards Utah, but I can't fully trust them. So I'm just gonna be just gonna wait and see. I think game 2 will give a better indication of how the series is gonna go. If the Mavericks are able to pull it out, then I think the series goes a little longer. I think it goes 6 to 7 games. If not, then it could be over in 5. But like I said, only time will tell. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely gonna be covering some more of these playoff series. There a lot of the series in the East get kicked off today on Sunday, so I'm definitely going to be covering some of these series as well too. But this is going to be interesting to see going down the stretch. Jazz versus the Mavericks, the 4 seed against the 5 seed. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, hopefully you guys are watching and you're able to take away some of the same things I'm taking away. Just watching as well too. But that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, please. Please consider subscribing to the channel. There's more content coming out. definitely going to deep dive into these NBA playoffs. This is what everybody's been waiting for all season. So we got 2 months of good basketball to look forward to with no Lakers. So that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. Until next time, thank you for the support. I'll see you later.